Hey everybody, it's Bamboo. It's still Sunday. I just thought of something that I didn't mention in my previous video, and really it should be a separate video anyway, so I'm kind of glad I didn't think about it. Um, I just want to ask and make note, well, really just ask. How many of you have or have considered or have not considered or don't want or don't think you need a medical alert ID bracelet or necklace or anklet or whatever? I've been doing some reading recently about gastric bypass and the need for a medical alert bracelet. And I hadn't even thought about this. This is something I never even considered, and I'm a nurse. It's something I didn't even consider. But after I read some of this stuff, it makes a lot of sense to me to have a medical alert bracelet. So I decided really this morning, I decided I wanted to get one. And I did some searching around online, and I found a company that made some styles that I liked. And there is so many styles of these out there, and there are ones that do not even look like a traditional like medical alert bracelet. They have like ones that have beaded bands and all kinds of stuff like you wouldn't even think about. But I always wear like silver kind of jewelry, and I like stainless steel kind of stuff. So I just wanted more of a traditional like ID bracelet looking one, and I found it on this website called creativemedicalid.com. And so I decided to order one today. And let me explain why I think this is important. And I know there's some other videos out there of people who have talked about this. If you get, like, it's great if your family knows about your bypass, and it's great if they know medically what you should and shouldn't have afterwards. But what happens if you are in your car and you're driving and you get in a car accident and you need medical attention, but you're not able to tell them your history? They would have no way of knowing anything about you, and you would be taken to the hospital and treated according to, your symptoms. Well, after I read more about this, I realized that, as you all know, after gastric bypass, we should not have any NSAIDs, which means no anti-inflammatory medications. I think that in itself is a pretty big thing in terms of our pouch. It's of the utmost importance to maintain a healthy pouch for our life, because if you don't want that pouch to get messed up, because that is your stomach. I mean, that's just what it is. So I think that's important to have on there. And also, I've done plenty of clinical nursing, and as you all know, I'm not really a clinical nurse anymore, but I've done plenty of it, and I started thinking about putting the process of putting in a nasogastric tube or an NG tube, and how it's pretty much just shove it in. And I mean, there is a way you kind of measure how far it needs to go, but when you have a little tiny pouch of a stomach and you're just shoving a NG tube in blindly, it could very easily perforate right through your stomach or right through your pouch, and that could create a very, very bad situation for you. So I think it is important to wear one of these medical alert bracelets, anklets, necklace, something to say, I had Roux-en-Y gastric bypass on this date, and please do not do any blind NG tubes or scopes into my stomach, so that they know if they want to put something inside you, they need to know where it's going. So they need to look at it under fluoroscopy or something along those lines. And then also I had put on there no NSAIDs, because obviously we can't take those. And then I also put on there no sugar, because sugar is a huge deal for us after surgery. And I know I'm still pre-op, but I also know that this is all stuff I need to be ready to manage when I'm recovered and for the rest of my life, because for the rest of my life, this is the issues. These are the issues. And so I'm just curious, out of all of you out there, how many of you have medical alert bracelets? Do you always wear it? Are you glad you have it? How many of you don't have it? How many of you feel like it advertises your surgery and you'd rather not have done that? How many of you think that by doing that you're going to get lower quality or not life-saving health care if you were get into a bad accident or something along those lines? I know there's some controversy out there, and that's what I've been reading, that some doctors are all for it and believe it's a great idea, and some of them believe that you could get they could well, I guess, avoid providing full life care, like care to save your life, because of that. I don't agree with that. I mean, I don't think that being able to drop an NG or not blindly is going to be something that's going to really make or break my life. And I just would prefer for them to not have reason to do that. And if they do need to do it, they need to take proper measures to know where it's going so that they don't damage my pouch or potentially kill me from it. So I ordered one. I did. It is creativemedicalid.com. I think I said that earlier. And I don't remember what model it is. It just looks like an ID bracelet, only it has a little round symbol on it, like the medical alert symbol. You can choose to have the medical alert symbol be one that is fairly bright and bold, that you can see it's a little bit raised off of the actual plate of the ID piece, or they make them where the symbol is simply engraved in. And I think if you choose the engraved one, it would be very low key, and it would not call great attention to it, other than the fact that it looks like an ID bracelet. I mean, people probably are not going to come up to you and want to read it or anything like that. I chose to get one where the symbol was a little more profound, because I feel like if I am in an accident, that's an easier way for them to know that to check it out. But I think either way you go, it's probably fine. I'm sure EMTs are well trained at looking for medical alert things. I also know that this company will send you a free medical alert card that you can carry in your wallet, which is another good thing to have if you don't. I mean, you could always just do that instead, I guess, if you didn't want to have to wear a piece of jewelry. But I always wonder, like, what happens if you're in an accident where, like, your wallet is not, like, your purse goes flying out of a car and it's not accessible, or some people said they put it in their cell phone. Well, do you really think an EMT is going to take time to go through your cell phone and look for stuff like that? I highly doubt it. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want them wasting that kind of time if my life was truly in danger. So, I just thought it was a good idea, and I ordered one. And this Creative Medical has them. They're not overly expensive. I think I paid $45 for mine. This is kind of my test run on it. If I like it and maybe don't like the style of it, then I can look around and shop around, and I'd be willing to pay more money to get one that I felt comfortable wearing all the time. But so this is really my test run. I always like wearing jewelry. To me, it's not going to be a big deal to have it on. They do even have anklets on this website, which I think would be pretty easy, and that's something that I will look into once I get through surgery and lose some weight, because right now my ankles are big and I just don't want to deal with having to try to size it and all that. So anyway, I'm just curious. Please hit me up. Anybody who has them, doesn't have them, has thought about getting them, doesn't want them. I want to know all the reasons why not, and maybe you guys can bring to light some things that I haven't thought of or read about. So that's all I have to say. I just am curious. See you guys later.